I need one of you guys on the south side, one of you guys on the north side, hold all traffic on the Key Bridge. There's a ship approaching. It just lost their steering. So until you get that under control, we gotta stop all traffic.
Yeah, Pharrell, I'm en route to the south side.
Dispatch start.
I'm holding traffic now. I was dragging, but we stopped prior to the bridge, so I'll have all outer loop traffic stopped.
10-4, is there a crew working on the bridge right now?
K9-1, but
Good.
want me to stop traffic on this site right now.
Yeah, if we can stop traffic, just make sure no one's on the bridge right now. I'm not sure where, there's a crew up there. You might want to notify whoever the foreman is, see if we can get them off the bridge temporarily.
10-4, once the other unit gets here, I'll ride up on the bridge. I have all interloop traffic stopped at this time. Once you get here, I'll go grab the workers on the Key Bridge and then stop the outer loop.
C-13 dispatch, the whole bridge just fell down. Start is whoever, everybody. The whole bridge just collapsed.
10-4, dispatch is direct.
That's correct. This time.
Do we know if all traffic was stopped?
I can't get to the other side, so the bridge is down.
Okay, so I wanted to film the Key Bridge. This is the only way, guys, that you can get anywhere near this. I could see it from my plant, and it looks like the cargo ship that hit it is still there. As many of you know, the cargo ship there hit the bridge, and 20 people were affected by it. And there were only 2 known survivors. They just recently recovered 2 people that were in a vehicle at the bottom here of the Patapsco River. But nobody else has been recovered, so it's presumed that they're probably dead. Which the water was really freezing, and hypothermia honestly would have definitely killed them. So yeah, and now Biden wants American taxpayer dollars to pay for this crap. But really, the company that owns that cargo ship should be the one that foots the bill, not us. Why do we have to pay for this damage? So, yep. Anyway, this is a major bridge, so anybody that lives on this side, they have to go around some other way. So it's affected travel, it's affected commuting. Yeah. Just really no excuse for this to happen. So all kinds of questions about how it could happen. Why did that cargo ship lose control? You know, there's speculations that it might have been hacked even. I don't know, I think it was just carelessness. But anyway, I just thought I'd show everybody the destruction of the Key Bridge here in Baltimore. So, yeah.
At about 1:30, a container ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which I've been over many, many times commuting from the state of Delaware, either on a train or by car. I've been in Baltimore Harbor many times. And the bridge collapsed, sending several people in vehicles into the water, into the river. And multiple U.S. Coast Guard units, which are stationed very nearby, thank God. And we're going to rebuild that port together. Everything so far indicates that this was a terrible accident. At this time, we have no other indication, no other reason.
Guys, I just noticed this. There's a piece of debris over there. I'm wondering if that's a vehicle. It looks like somebody put a buoy there. I don't know if it's to market, but that has not. That's never been there before. I know because I work at this plant here. So they haven't found all of the vehicles that submerged that night. So I'm wondering if that's one of the vehicles. Looks like it might be a trailer, maybe a piece of a semi. I mean, I bet you there was at least one semi that fell that night. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, the fact that it's marked, but I've never seen that before. I come out here like all the time, looking at the Patapsco, and I've never seen that. So I'm wondering if it's just like washed all the way over here. But I know they did find some debris over at Fort Armistead. Currently, I have not been able to get to Fort Armistead because the ramps are actually closed. So you can't even get anywhere near there. But yeah, I'm just wondering what the hell that is. Yeah.
But we do know that this ship was carrying about 4,000 metal shipping containers. 56 of them were hazardous materials. What can you tell us about that? And is there any threat of them spilling open underwater?
There's animal hides in the water here. I've never seen this before in my life. I've never, like, what the hell? You know, it's like I don't know what kind of animal that is. It almost looks like a dog or something. I don't know, but I don't know if it comes from like a sheepskin plant or something, or some kind of fur plant.
Yeah, there's no current threat to the public that we have for the materials. And you're right, of the 4,000 crates, we've identified that 56 of them have some form of hazmat material. And when we say that, that includes things like perfumes and ion batteries. But this has not posed any form of threat to the public. We've already been working with Unified Command, and there's over 2,700 feet of boom that has been surrounding the area, capturing any type of materials that has been laid out. And we're continuing to assess the materials that is being captured within the boom, but there is no threat that has been assessed to the public.
It's like all over the place here. I mean, how else do you explain this? They gotta pick up this. They gotta do something with this. This company, I think they were a Dutch company, headed to Singapore, that are owned by Singapore. Oh man, this shit is just nasty. So horrible. Yeah, I feel bad for the animals that were killed for this too. The fur industry is so disgusting. And to see it here. Look at that, man. Yeah. Nobody's picked it up. But this is definitely from that cargo ship. It's a disgrace. Which leads you to think, okay, well, what else is in the water? What else is washing up? There's got to be some hazardous stuff in this, too.
we still have 4 individuals who are unaccounted for and four families who are still looking for a measure of closure, and we are committed to getting that to them. We've got to focus on making sure we're opening up these channels. This is a huge economic impact, not just to Baltimore, not just to the state of Maryland, but the economic impact that this is having on the American economy is staggering. When one of the busiest ports, one of the most effective ports in this country, has essentially been shut down. We have to make sure that we are protecting all people who are impacted by this, and that includes our port workers, our families, our heroic first responders, who, literally to this day, we've got first responders who continue to work around the clock to make sure that we are accomplishing a larger mission. And the fourth piece, and important, is we are going to rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge. This is incredibly important.
Like that. One estimate out there has a rebuilding effort that could go up to $500 million.
The road to recovery is going to be long. It is going to be expensive, and it's going to be necessary, and we are going to get it done. Where we are going to rebuild this, but we have to rebuild it right.
To your point, Governor, and you've been very careful not to sort of opine on what might have caused this. We know about the power outage and all of that, and how that might have contributed to the ship listing, ultimately hitting the bridge.
This morning, a round-the-clock effort now gearing up to clear that massive mangled debris of the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore Harbor. But before it can be cleared, officials stressing they must first complete a full assessment of the scene. U.S. Navy sending 4 floating cranes to the scene, this one the largest available on the East Coast, able to lift 1,000 tons.
Okay, here's the next day. Cargo ship is still there. The water is awfully cloudy over here, I notice. Now, they say it poses no threat that there's stuff in the water. You can see that piece over there, still there, that I found. And they're supposedly bringing in the largest cranes in the U.S. to take care of this. But I'm telling you, there's definitely stuff that's going on here. Between the fur pelts that I found, there's definitely something going on here.